I think everything around me helps define what I do. I always thought that color was something that, like, I could feel on my skin. My world right now is green. So that if I am painting, and I am painting, there's green in everything. I try not to do that, but it happens sometimes that a large area of one painting will be green, and then a small area in the next one will be green. There's like one flows into the next, just as the way life is around me. Look at the colors. It's my version of a candy store. I think it's wonderful. And they're all going to become houses. It needs a sky. I'm working on a series, and I call them row houses. And this takes me back to my childhood. After my mother died, I was 10 years old, and we moved to a neighborhood with row houses. And it was very upsetting to me because all the houses looked alike. And so my father went and painted our door pink and gray. I chose the colors. And so I could identify my home, and it wouldn't look like everybody else's home. All of the houses I've done so far have very different doors. I think I've been creating art since I was little, really, a child. There's so many decisions to be made in terms of making art. So you're never quite sure what's going to happen. And now I need to do a cloud. Working so small is limiting, but it's challenging. Collages are so busy. They're about storytelling, they're about narrative. A cloudy sky, yes. Okay. This is done. My opinion of men and women, that men have an easier way of navigating through the world. Because of that, I did this series of women targets. I used beautiful women from magazines as part of their face and their features. They're vulnerable in the world, I think, more so than men. By taking away the eyes, they are stronger. You don't know what they're seeing. I made this morning. It's to be the belt or the ribbon around the waist of the nanny. And she's sort of risque and sort of serious but playful. So she's really a compilation of characteristics. Her neck and her belt both have the alphabet on them, which, I sort of assume a nanny would have to teach the children that. I feel a connection to each of the mannequins. And when I acquire a new one, it takes me quite a while before I can really begin working on them. It's like I have to form a relationship. It's a stranger. I know that sounds silly because they're inanimate, but I make them into, they are very much alive for me. She's a whore in the bedroom, a maid in the parlor, and she takes care of the children. I think she's done. This is the father of a family called the nuclear family, and there's a mother and a son. She has this zipper. This is where babies come from. She can tell the son. When I discovered cloth-covered mannequins, I love them. I think there's something about the cloth bodies that's so reminiscent of skin. Look at this one. He's got this beautiful seam down his back. And I just know I'm going to write something going down there. I found this zipper in a store, and it's a two-way zipper. It's going to go on him somewhere. But I also had a feeling he should wear a necktie. So I think his zipper's going to go below his crotch and be somewhere like that. But before I do that, I was going to write something on him to begin. He also has a hole, unfortunately, and I'm going to create some kind of bandage for him, as if he was wounded in the war. But other than that, he's got a perfectly wonderful body. And I'm thinking of the two, this torso and the one with the hands, as a couple. They're my first homosexual couple. These military insignia, to me, they represent masculinity. This is heart, which is a target. I paint not what I see, but how what I see makes me feel. I look up at buildings in New York, in Manhattan, and I'm intrigued with the rooftops and the water towers. I call them geometrics. I'm very drawn to Native American dances. People say my paintings have a real Southwestern look, but many are really about New York also. It's a funny mixture. And I love gold leaf. And I apprenticed myself to a master gold leafer when I was still in high school. I intentionally crack the gold leaf because I want to bring the old into the new. I truly believe that in a past life I was in the 14th century, a religious painter. The things that are organized and graphic, they're very emotional. I will begin inking. And writing on the mannequins is perhaps the most difficult aspect because, it's one take only. But I think I'm ready. He needs to speak. Okay. So he's going to lie down on the table. The seam here is a wonderful boundary for putting down letter forms. I wrote poetry after my mother died, so I was around 10 years old. It was a way for me to explain the world to myself. This is a poem about a woman who has Alzheimer's. Often, more than once, she repeats a phrase, a moment of pride in her children's accomplishments back in grade school. Her daughter and I are both now in our 60s, and I question why not a more recent recollection. Surely there are so many to choose from, and I wonder if one day my thoughts will wander down a road that is inaccessible to me, if my mind disappears, if all synapses refuse to connect, to function, to carry information from my heart to my mind. What moment will I remember? Surely there are so many to choose from. Something so intimate about it. Sorry, writing between his legs. I like typography, though, very much. I define myself first as a mother, and I'm a wife. I'm a poet, I'm an author, and a teacher. I'm a painter, an illustrator, a graphic designer. I wear many hats. I'm so taken with the birds that land on the feeder outside, and the color of the grass in the afternoon and the color of the grass in the evening. And the fish, of course, they're golden, and there's actually 2 blue ones that somehow got in there magically, and the pond. And all of these things are so incredible to me. I think about moving through my space is a ritual. The singing bowl is a ritual of sorts. Paintings and the mannequins are not about my surroundings per se. They come from within. Taking them outside is bizarre. They're not really from nature because they're man-made, but I think of them as family. And I can take the family for a walk. They can all go and look at the fish and stand by the pond and enjoy the landscape as much as I can. It's how life, how the beauty of nature impacts on me. I somehow take it in and then translate it into what I'm doing.